Hey guys, in this video I'm just gonna go over a few things that happened. I wanted to go fishing, but it's been getting kind of cold, so we went in the morning, and it turns out even if you got time to fish, it doesn't always mean that the morning is the best time. It was really cold. It was like 26 degrees when I went. And I tried tying all the knots in the cold, and honestly my hands went numb and they were just cold. It was terrible. I should have done it at home. But even after setting all the rigs up, I still didn't get almost anything. I had one bite. Literally the whole morning I had like one bite, and it was a little minnow, and it was like a bait fish, and he was biting my barrel swivel because I had a little micro barrel swivel, and he was going after that thing like if it was something to eat. And that was about it. So we're gonna go over it, and then the same day I went back out after the sun had come out, after it warmed up a little bit, got into the 60s, and I had a whole lot better luck. So of course I always hear morning and evening's the best time, but when it's cold out, probably it's not the best time. It was cold and cloudy, and I think the fish thought it was still nighttime, or the sun was still trying to come up, so they weren't really biting, or I wasn't able to get out there far enough to try to catch crappie or panfish. You can't use big lures and heavy weights, so it's pointless to try to fish early in the morning like that, unless you got a boat. But I don't have a boat, so I'm going to go over some of the mistakes that I made, and then also some of the things that I did that helped me to catch some panfish and some crappie. So hopefully others out there who are trying to fish for the same things can figure that out as well. He's biting the wrong thing. That little fish is seriously trying to bite my swivel. Man, I should put a hook on the swivel. What the heck? That was a little fish. That is crazy. He's trying to bite my swivel. Boy, you better go get your friends. Tell them there's some white things here. So that was the morning time. Obviously it's a whole lot more shortened. I was really out there for about 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours, going and catching nothing, getting fish that like to bite swivels. But then it was too cold. It was probably still, it just wasn't the right time, and I don't think I had the right presentation. I kind of shortened it up later. So in these next videos you can see I kind of started using the trout magnet more, and I kind of pinched off a bunch of it to try to get more hookups, try to get them to bite the whole thing. So my hope was that they would go to bite it and bite exactly where the hook was, not just like the end, and try to run away with it and pull it out of their mouths. And then we ended up catching one little panfish and a crappie, and when I caught the crappie you could see I was obviously excited. I was happy about it. So I would say you want to go after, right around the warmest part of the day, when it starts to get close to that point, and then that's probably when you're going to catch most of your fish, especially during the winter time. They're going to want to come up and get warm, and that's a good time to go fishing. So check this out. Oh, we had a taker. He didn't commit. He didn't commit. So I just missed a bite. We're going to play with the trout magnets that have the treble hooks in them. So we'll go ahead and just hang this one up. Oh, look at that. Nice. That's cool. The handle's too big, but I have a good feeling about these ones. We had some takers on that other one. We definitely have some takers on this one. Reel it in nice and slow. Nice and slow. Ooh, ooh, he was right there. We're gonna have some takers here in a minute. Just gotta reel this one in super slow because there's no weight on those trout magnets. They're just treble hooks. So they okay. Let's just go ahead and flip it out a little way. It's not too far. Oh yeah, come on. You know, if we get a panfish or a sunfish, I'm okay with that. But I really would like to catch some crappies. That would be ideal. Get some takers here. We've got movement over here too. Ooh, here we are. There we got a little one. He's on there. See him, Shadow? Woo! There's one right there. Little guy. This is what we normally catch in here. A little sunfish. All right, come on. Gotta make sure I don't get stabbed by the trebles or him. Nice. There we go. First fish of the day. Took a few hours. Don't come early in the morning. They're not biting. You want to say hi? You want to say hi to the fish? Say hi. Come here. Say hi. Say hi to the fish. Say hi to the fish. Huh? We gotta put him back, okay? There he is. And he's gone. I got a good feeling about this. There's lots of movement. Ooh, fish on. Fish. Ooh, good fish. Good fish. I think it might be yep, it's exactly what we were looking for. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that just took me a week, that's all. Look at this one. Look at this one. That's a pretty good fish. Yep, that's a crappie right there. Don't do it. Don't do it. I gotta take the hook out of your mouth. I mean, yeah, it's not a keeper by any means. That is not a keeper. That's like 8-inch fish, I think 10 or 11, I'm not sure. But that is exactly what we came here for. Exactly what we came here for. I'm happy with this. Yep. All right, let's go ahead and put him back and try to catch another one. Oh, come on, dog. There we go. That was just great. That was just great. Let's just toss it back out and keep going. Oh, it's fantastic. Turns out, trout magnet is definitely one of my favorite lures. All right, dog, you're gonna have to stop. You're gonna, hey, you're gonna have to stop. All right, you're tangling me up all kinds. She's mad at it. Let her smell that one. Oh, that was just fantastic. Got me excited. Yep, I knew that might have been the one that I missed the first time. I knew there was crappie here. All right, catch of the day. So, a couple mistakes that I made. I had actually been attempting to catch some crappie and some sunfish during this week, and it's been pretty cold. But definitely some mistakes that I made was presentation. I didn't have exactly the right things on my line to present. I wasn't fishing in the right place. I wasn't fishing correctly. So what I found is you want a couple of, like I showed you, a couple of the small pieces on there. You can use the gold maggots. You can use these. They're not real maggots, so don't be, grossed out. You can use these on like a double presentation and throw them out there. You can use a bobber, but you want to throw them out there and just kind of let them sink. And you can reel it in real slow, and that'll get you a few bites here and there, and hopefully a couple of fish. Hopefully you land a couple of fish, whether they're big fish or little fish. You definitely want to try to match, what they say is match the hatch, which is if the bait fish are, silver, then you probably want to use something silver. Today I'm going to be going with some small, silver pieces. I'm going to go back out and try to catch some more. But I did fish from early in the morning. I fished for several days. I didn't really catch much, but as soon as I switched up my presentation and I set on that double, I wasn't reeling it in real fast. Then I started to get more. Obviously I caught a couple of fish. There was one point where my phone that I used to record died, so I used my other phone, and then my wife called me, and as soon as she called me, I caught another fish, but it stopped recording because I got a phone call. But it was good. Ended up taking a bad morning. I didn't catch any fish, and then I went to work, and then I went back and I caught some fish. So I turned the day into a pretty good day. So definitely you want to make sure that you have a small enough presentation. Some mistakes that I have certainly made in the past is not having a small enough presentation for those kinds of fish. Obviously if the crappie are bigger, if they're big sunfish, they will eat some of the shad, it's like a mimic shad, mimic minnow right here. If there's some bigger fish out there and they're bigger, and they'll eat this. I've had them get hooked on this before, so you could definitely try that. But it seems like this time of year they kind of want more of a finesse approach, and if you have more natural colors, so you want to use brown, or chartreuse, which I think is like a green. You don't really always want to go with something bright like this. I haven't had much luck on these kinds of things, but I have had a lot of luck using these maggots here. And then Berkeley also has some worms. Now these ones also, they're also pretty good. As you can see, they look like worms. So if you throw them in there, and you definitely want to see whether the water's clear or not. When I went back in the afternoon, the water was actually a little bit more clear. I don't understand why, but it was definitely more clear. So that's one way. And you want to cast it out and let it sit for a second, and you want to let it sink, and you can reel it in real slow, and just kind of let it present itself over and over again, and you'll get more bites. And one thing is, I know I missed a few bites because they would pull it. I would see it pull under, the bobber would go under, I would get a bite, and then I would pull the rod right away. And I don't have crappie rods, so you can't be just pulling right away. You need to let them get it and let them go with it. So I wouldn't pull right away, because then you might miss a hookup. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully I'll make more videos sharing my experience with fishing, and something that I really enjoy. So hopefully someone out there can get a little bit of motivation to go out and do something that they never did before. All the things that I'm using, the Berkeley Gold maggots, all the hooks that I have, the little treble hooks, they're like a size 16. I got some size 12 long hooks for panfish. So I'd say they're long, they're not very long. But all of these things, you can get them at Walmart. So go to Walmart, they're not expensive. Get yourself, even a $10 rod. I got my stepdaughter a $10 rod from Walmart. You know, might be $11 now with inflation. They're not very expensive. So for even 20 bucks, you can go out and you can start fishing at a pond somewhere and you can have a good time. So hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.